Good afternoon, Kirksville, Missouri. This is Randy Carvin, and this is Rantin Randy's Rant for the last day of this year. First off, I want to play for you, and we'll see how this works out. From these days, and I will be in the other room controlling the CD player. I don't know why, I just do. So here we go. I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why, I just do. I don't know why you thrill me like you do. I don't know why you just do. You never seem to want my romancing. The only time you hold me is when we're dancing. I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why I just do. I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why I just do. I don't know why you thrill me like you do. I don't know why you just do. You never seem to want my romance. The only time you hold me is when we're dancing. I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why I just do. I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why I just do.
this kind of life. Yeah, but don't you think a man should teach his children that there are other ways of thinking besides his own? Most of us hope our children grow up believing what we believe.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, I'm coming back. All right. Let me turn this down a bit. Well, thank you, buddy. It will get better as I go along. I'm thinking possibly of a rant here soon that I'll set up temporary with the TV behind me. And I think we'll get a lot better sound. That's coming out of a home theater. So I know what I have to work with. All right. Let me I'll just, being that this is the last day of the year, let me turn my mic around, readjust. All right. It's right out of sight, but it is, wow, it is something else. All right. Basically, what I wanted to talk about today is this year ending, and more or less what I've been seeing on TV. I can better cover tomorrow, like the abortion story on Rachel. There's so many other things right now that are flying up in the news. But then again, until they get back from the holiday, we're going to have to work with what we've got. And what we've got is a wonderful changing of the year coming up. This is an important year for the Blue Dot family and for Americans everywhere. I'll remind you that we've got from starting tomorrow till November 3rd, we're going to have to turn out that vote. Suppression is going on everywhere in the red states like Georgia and others. I believe it was Wisconsin. No, Michigan. Michigan, and you can count on the other states too. They are going to suppress the vote every way they can. They're going to wipe people off the voter registration. They won't know it till they go in. That's why it's so important. I don't care where you're at in this country. Check out your registration and make sure you're registered to vote, because they may have wiped you out. You won't know it until you get to the polls, and then you'll get turned away. So that's the most important thing I can bring to you today. And of course, I've got Donnie with me. You need to behave. We're tired of you going off the deep end and tweeting your butt off to the world, because that makes you, Mr. Fake President, that makes you look like a fool. You are playing the fool for the whole world when you get out there and do this tweeting shit. Reminds me of a little bird, always tweeting and full of shit. I'm not going to be kind today. He has me irritated as always. And that's the reason that I wanted to start it off with something lovely from Buddy Davis. That CD we enjoy, and the other, the vinyl, the vintage vinyl CD that I've gotten from him, part one. It keeps me hoping that we can, and I know we will make the difference. I'm a red dot in a blue state, the state of Missouri. It's a hard one to turn around. It's a hard one to even get a conversation with anybody started, but I have done it myself in everywhere from restaurants to grocery stores, drugstores. People are not informed on the other side. They don't even know what's going on because they're not listening to anything except what's in their little bubble of information. Somewhat, we're stuck in a bubble too. But the difference in ours is we're on the right side of history. And I hate to think of the working class that might vote for this moron again because they have not been informed. Uh, that's the biggest thing that we are finding. They don't know what's going on, they're not seeing it. All they're seeing is stories about how we're trying to run over in their president and redo the election. No, that has nothing to do with it. What it has to do with is 2020. That's what it's all about. That's where he was trying to gain an advantage. We're learning something new every day. For instance, the meeting with Esper, Pompeo, and Bolton, and right at the Resolute desk. We didn't know that before. Information is coming in every day. That is good for us as Americans. This is getting discovered. What he has done is wrong. It's criminally wrong in the sense of politics because that's what it's going to be called. It's all political. That's what it's about when you have a Senate trial. It's not a court of law, even though you're going to have the head justice preside over the trial. We have to have a fair trial. Hello, Velda. Hello, George. And hello, Joe. All right. I just wanted to get out here for a few minutes today. We've got New Year's Eve. I'll probably be up till 12 o'clock. After that, I'm going to read. I can't decide which book to start on. I'm now thinking I'm going to start on Rick Wilson's Everything Trump Touches Dies. Seems like a good starting point, to start there. But I want to remind you, starting tomorrow, we have to start working toward, in particular, what I am thinking about is what I've been saying. What we need to get across from a ground level is what we want out of Congress on both sides. And what we want is solutions. Solutions have to be passed up to them so that we're all working on the same page. The U.S. citizens and our Congress and Senate are all working together to know what we want: health care, lower drug prices, some form of gun control. We've got to have it. We're seeing more and more gun violence. Oh, it's great that somebody was armed in a church and stopped the guy after he killed a couple of people. That is not a solution. A better solution, if you're going to do that in churches, for God's sakes, don't have everybody armed. You're going to end up with a real disaster that way. Maybe security in the church should be armed. That's the only way I can see. How you going to tell who the bad guy is? Everybody jumps up with pistols or rifles. Doesn't make any sense. And if you really think about it, it doesn't make any sense. But I just thought I'd get out here a few minutes My shoulder's been bothering me today, but I just took some acetaminophen and I'll be feeling better and getting up for the watch the ball drop, even though it'll be an hour off from my time. I usually have to tune in and watch some of it. You know, it's the part of the season, so I'll be doing that later on. I'm going to be posting some more music today. And I will also remind you today, I'm going to give Congress a break today. But I want to remind you of the P.O. Box. If you can help me out, it's not a requirement. It just helps me keep things going here in Kirksville, Missouri. And I can be found now on Twitter. I couldn't figure out what was going on yesterday. I reset all my Chrome, so I couldn't figure out why I couldn't go to my account on Twitter, and it has to allow it under Chrome. So I got that reset. I can be found on Twitter. You can follow me on Liker. Don't know that much about it yet. And MeWe, I'm just learning about, but I'm trying to get out this message as much as I can. Now, unfortunately, with YouTube is the only thing that I can send to Twitter right now. I'm still going to be working on that. I'm working on other ideas. I'm looking at the possibility of looking at a couple of different places to see if possibly I can get 6 to 8 input mixing board, which would allow me to plug in the mic and I'd be able to use a remote camera. That too I'm still looking for. All right, I will let you go at this time. I'm looking forward to our Blue Dot meeting tonight, and I will see you folks there. And then I more than likely will do a 6 p.m. rant tomorrow on my Facebook show. So we'll get that done. And Happy New Year to each and every one of you. This is a big year. We got 2020 staring us right in the face now. So have a good one, and I will see you soon. Enjoy yourselves. We are the guardians of liberty, and we will prevail throughout this. We're going to need probably 1 million extra votes. That's why it's so important that organized people that can organize, get on the ground, get organized. We've got less than a year to get this done. So let's get out there, let's get it done, and we can dance in the streets when we get that man out. All right, have a good one. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Share this shit. Share, like, and share at the bottom here. And also subscribe if you hadn't subscribed already. We can use I think we're at 110. I want that to at least go up by 3 by tomorrow. All right. Have a good one. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.